winner of Vegetable Foods, Eat Good Too, and thank you for tuning in to Cooking with Vegetable Foods. And if you join me today, we are going to dedicate some time to talking about blenders. That's right, and this is all the preparation of our 28-day smoothie challenge. We had 2 other videos to help get you prepared for the 28-day smoothie challenge. And that first one is, why are we doing the 28-day smoothie challenge? And some key ingredients that you want to have on hand and how to prep them ahead of time. That's a massive ingredient list that you want to go out to the grocery store with and make sure that you grab all of your ingredients to save you some time over the next 28 days. And then today we're going to talk about blenders, and we're going to compare the price of these blenders with their performance. And really the most important thing of this video is to learn how to assemble the ingredients in the picture correctly so that you have a pretty smooth and consistent smoothie experience every time. So first, down to the science and methodology and anatomy of how to assemble a smoothie. It sounds really complicated, right? But it's not. We're talking about smoothies. So first and foremost, you want to make sure when you're making a smoothie that you put your liquids in or your wet ingredients in first. So we're talking your aloe vera juice, we're talking about your non-dairy milk, your orange juice, whatever that is, that goes in first, right? Second, you want to put in your powders. So whether that is a protein powder or you're thinking about adding wheatgrass or the detox and digest powders, that goes in second. Next, you want to add in your solids. That's that third layer. So that's any fresh fruits, if you're using fresh bananas, or fresh strawberries, if you're using chia seeds, or you're using nuts. That is that third layer. The fourth layer that you add in is anything frozen. So if you're using frozen fruits like strawberries, blueberries, mango chunks, you add that in on the fourth layer. That fifth layer of smoothie goodness are your greens. So your kale and your spinach. And then that sixth layer is the ice, if you're adding ice or if the recipe has ice in it. So you've got 6 different magical smoothie layers to make sure that you are assembling the ingredients correctly so that no matter what blender you're working with, whether it is a $50 blender or a $500 blender, so that you can get the most use out of your smoothie. All right, 3 fairly popular blenders and compare them today. We're gonna make the same smoothie in all 3 using the same ingredients, so there are no discrepancies, especially if you have a favorite. And so I'm gonna start with these blenders, not in any particular order. I'm lying, there is a particular order. I'm gonna start with the blender that I have had the longest. And this is the Ninja Professional 1500. Now I'm not gonna go into a lot of detail with these. We're just gonna talk about the price of these and then make the blender. But be on the lookout for future videos where I am gonna talk about the features and the benefits and the details. That way, if you are in the market for a blender, you have a better idea and you have some more information that you can go on before making that purchase. So with this Ninja Professional 1500, I've had this one for about 3.5 or 4 years. This one, I paid about $169 for it. You can get them a little cheaper now for about $129, but just like true Ninja style, they load you up with all these other things. So not only did I get the blender for 169 bucks, I got a ton of other stuff with it as well. This one in the middle is the Vitamix, and this is from the Creations Gallery. And so I paid this about $379.98, and I have had this one for under a year. I want to say I've had it for about 9 months now. And then over here to the left is the BlendTech Total Blender model. Now this one is the newbie, talking brand new. I've had this thing for probably about 48 hours. And I used it for the first time this morning. These originally brand new sell for $399.95. I actually purchased this certified refurbished for $279.95. So that's $120 savings. So this gives you the rundown of the blenders that we are going to be using today to make our mixed fruit vanilla protein smoothie. So the Ninja 1500 Professional. Then we've got the Vitamix Creations Gallery model, and then we have the BlendTech Total Blender model right here. So let's go ahead and get started with assembling our smoothies. Then we're gonna blend away, then we're gonna test. All right, so we're starting off with a cup of non-dairy milk for each smoothie. That's our first layer, the liquids. Next, we're gonna go to the second layer, which is our powder, which is our vanilla protein. All right, next to the solid, so we're gonna use our fresh banana. It's one whole banana that I've broken up into 4 pieces because that's also important to making a smoothie, is to make sure that you can get your ingredients as small as possible, especially when it comes to the frozen, because the frozen ingredients can definitely work a blender and make or break it really. And now for that last layer, which in this case is going to be our frozen mixed fruit. So we've got strawberries, we have some mangoes, we have some pineapple. So we've got a nice little mix here. Alrighty, on goes the lid. I'm sure it's gonna be a bit challenging because I'm doing this backwards. From a standpoint, we're gonna probably notice a little difference, at least from the start. Blend Tech, which I noticed the first time I used this blender, actually has a smoothie button on it down here in the front. So it is right here in the middle. And that will actually blend for 60 seconds. I guess it's some auto IQ technology. If I can get the lid on, that'd be nice. Can't believe I'm having technical difficulties with the lid. All right, so this has a smoothie button that I think is pre-programmed for 60 seconds. Over here, I'm going to definitely have to do some blending with over here in the middle with the variation knob. And over here, we have a go, blend, crush, and single serve. So let me go ahead and turn these on, and we're gonna start blending. All right, I gave the Ninja just a couple more seconds longer to blend because we started these off a little earlier and wanted to make sure that it was 60 seconds across the board for all 3 of them. So we're gonna go ahead and grab some cups and pour them in and see how we shake out. Start with the Ninja. This is the Ninja smoothie. In the middle, we have the Vitamix smoothie. And a little mess. Big mess, really. Right here, we've got our Blend Tech smoothie. So Ninja, Vitamix, and Blend Tech. They look pretty creamy in consistency from here. No major differences from what I could see when I'm pouring them into the cup. Usually if a blender has not done a really good job, it's gonna be thick, it's gonna be clunky, and so with the Ninja, so now that I'm tasting it, all of the bits and pieces in the strawberries were not blended up all the way, so you gotta be doing a little chewing. That probably would change if it blended a little longer, but not too bad. It's still totally drinkable. This in the middle is the Vitamix. This has a pretty smooth consistency. Not too much chewing going on there. And then this is our Blend Tech. And this is really smooth. This has a really nice consistency, really frothy. I like the texture of this smoothie. So really, I mean, we're talking about $169 right here. We're talking about $379 right here for the Vitamix. And then we're talking about certified refurbished, $279 right here. If you've been thinking about any 3 of them, it really comes down to what you're going to use this blender for, which we will explore more in future videos, because there's going to be some differences later on between the 3. Like if you want to make ice cream out of one, or if you want to make soups, like some of these blenders are not going to be able to do all those things. But if you're just making smoothies and some juices, and you're looking to be a little bit more frugal, then the Ninja may not be a bad way to go. I mean, 169 bucks or 129 bucks now, and you can get all this other stuff with it. If you're looking to do some of the other things though, then I would say look at a Vitamix and a Blend Tech, but we will explore more of that stuff later in some future videos comparing. I definitely like the consistency a lot better of this Blend Tech. So I hope that helps on your blender journey, helps you get prepared for this 28-day smoothie challenge, especially if you were in the market for a blender. I will definitely have links below that you can go check out and price compare on your own. And if you find any deals on any of these 3 blenders, make sure you share them with the VTV community. And if you think someone else will find some value in these videos, definitely share, tweet it out, Make sure you stay in tune to the conversation and use hashtag VTB Smoothie Challenge so that we can all encourage each other, and share any new recipes about smoothies or any modifications that you have made on your own with this 28-day smoothie challenge. So thank you for tuning in, and look for the next video of our 28-day smoothie challenge. Thanks. Take care.